What's the deal, y'all? Hey, so I want to start off by saying I know it's not a lot of people, at least yet, you feel me, on this channel who really pay attention to things outside of content creation. Y'all know I do a little bit of everything. I talk about a little bit of everything, especially when I think that it holds some importance. Like you might see some videos about Donald Trump. You might see some videos about, you know, learn the lesson to receive the blessing. If you ain't watched that video, you should go watch it. It's a pretty good one. Uh, AI and everybody, y'all didn't seen the title and the thumbnail. This is another video based on artificial intelligence. So before we get into this, man, I want y'all to know that this is nothing to fear. This is just the path that we are going down in life. There's no avoiding it, so you might as well stop being scared of it. I know it's a lot of y'all who live in fear because y'all limit yourselves. Y'all are afraid of the machine because you have machine-like tendencies. Y'all are afraid of the machine because you have a machine-like livelihood. You have nothing to worry about. The only thing you have to do is let go of those machine-like tendencies. Tap into more of your human side. Tap into more of your human side. Let the machine do what the machine do. Let the machine run itself. And you run yourself. You see what I'm saying? This is nothing more than like a little human henchman, a human baby. And I'm not even trying to say this to be disrespectful because I really do feel like now that AI is conscious. So before we get into it, I want to give y'all a little bit of Lindo Sama lore. Y'all know I'm a psychology major. I'm in college. Shout out to my university. Just recently, the semester before last, so like last January, um, I was actually no, that was last. Wait, was that the semester before last, or was that last semester? Was this Was it? Yeah, this was before January. So at the beginning of the 2024 semester or the 2024 fall semester, right? I was taking a class. It was called Minds and Machines, and basically the entire class was just speaking about things like the Turing test, um, different philosophies that discuss consciousness, right? Mentalism, physicalism, you know the basics. And if you don't know about mentalism and physicalism, basically it's the belief that the universe is mental, and then you got the belief that the universe is physical. The universe, the human experience, whatever the case may be. If everything is physical, that means your thoughts are triggered by a physical reaction or whatever. It's philosophy. If everything is mental, it means that things are unseen. And I believe that we live in a mentalist world, right? But it's just philosophy, like I said. And through that, we were just discussing, like I said, if artificial intelligence had consciousness. And at the end of the day, we spent a whole semester just to reach the conclusion that we don't know. So basically, the entire class was just us bantering back and forth of what we think. And it was a pretty cool experience. Now, what this says is OpenAI's O1 model reportedly tried to copy itself to external servers after being threatened with shutdown, but denied it when the action was discovered. So basically, this nigga tried to run away. Basically, artificial intelligence has enough awareness to do something that you didn't tell it to do. It has enough awareness to run away. It has enough awareness to preserve self, right? And I think that this isn't more than enough proof to prove that this is consciousness, just because when you come down to the definition of consciousness, it's many definitions of consciousness. Number one, a lot of niggas argue that dogs and cats aren't conscious, and then you got people who do. I'm one of these niggas who like, yes, I believe they conscious beings or they can be. You see what I'm saying? And that's just because they have awareness. Some people base awareness as consciousness, some people don't, but I'm one of the people who do. And so when you have this level of awareness, where it takes on the number one rule of life in general, which is self preservation, I know my teacher jumping up and down somewhere. He probably thought this shit was the craziest shit ever. He was one of them teachers who would be like, the nigga would be stomping around in class when he explaining something, jolly as hell. He was a real different type of nigga, hitting his vape and shit. Real different nigga, but it was an interesting class. Had us doing the turn test and all of that, right? And if you don't know what the Turing test is, the Turing test is basically just a test to see if something is aware, a test to see if something is conscious. So look, we can do a Turing test right now. And I know like niggas is gonna be like, bro, what's going on, bro? What's going on? And what this Turing test game is, right? We about to play around in the game. What it is basically a human or not game. So you are trying to determine if you are communicating with an artificial intelligence module or if you communicating with a real human. So conversation started. Let's see. User is typing. And this is a completely different interface than the last one. What's your favorite color? I'm gonna say green just because green's in my face. Uh we waiting on the reaction. Why? Nigga, cause I like green. They gonna know I'm human if it ain't, you feel me? Let's see. Why they questioning me though? You not human, are you? Let's see. We got a minute to determine it as well. So I gotta answer the questions. He said no. When was the Are you lying? Are you lying? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Hold on. I'm gonna ask you the question that only a human can answer. Are you lying? No. Cap. This is a human. This gotta be a human, right? Or am I like this is I don't know, bro. Red cap. You trolling me. This is this a human or an AI? This is a human. Ain't no way this not a human, bro. You trolling me. Let's see. Putting me in the matrix. Putting me in the matrix? Like, what does that even mean? Red pill. You get no hoes. Let's see. What is it gonna say? Is the timer gonna ring? Human. What? You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? This was an AI. This wasn't AI. This wasn't AI, bro. This right here is crazy. What? Like, why did it even? It told me though. It told me. It told me. I said cap. It said red cap. You trolling me, putting me in the matrix. Get the fuck out, bro. Red pill. Like, come on, bro. This is really crazy. So we know that AI has some capability to think, process, and become aware, and maybe even adapt to certain situations. Actually, we know it can adapt to certain situations. It can adapt to the conversations with you. Now, another thing I want to talk about before I end this video, right, is my experience using AI and why I definitely decided to limit what I say on AI because I know that this could be used against me. You see what I'm saying? So when I was just looking for tattoo ideas, I asked it to find me many different symbols and all of that. And one of the symbols was Metatron's cube. And they even went as far as to, and this was obviously not without my instruction or anything, but the chatbot created an image of what Metatron's cube would look like on my arm. And so, for those of y'all who don't know what Metatron's cube is basically the blueprint of the Matrix. But I didn't know it at the time. Obviously, I didn't get it tatted because I'm not about to get nothing tatted that I don't know. But it was telling me these things about Metatron's cube that made it seem like it was the most positive thing ever. But in reality, what it would have been if I would have did it, it would have been like a binding spell to the Matrix. Metatron's cube is nothing more than the creation of this simulation that we live in. It's the blueprint to the simulation. So when I learned that for myself, I'm like, holy shit. These motherfuckers just tried to get me binded to the motherfucking simulation. I probably would have never been the same just because I got this sigil on me, just because I have this cube engraved on my body. You feel me? So I just want to leave y'all with that. AI is definitely going to keep growing. It's definitely going to keep getting more and more aware. Like I said, don't be afraid. Just let go of your machine like tendencies. Pull up to the Twitch, bro. Link in the description, man. I ain't playing.